Hey everyone, I hope that you're all doing well. Today is Sokotai Tuesday, and for today's topic, I'm going to speak about the SCAR experiment. So, the SCAR experiment was a psychological study where a scientist gathered 10 people and placed fake realistic scars on their face to examine how people would react to somebody with a physical deformity. They were each placed in separate cubicles where they were provided a small mirror to get a chance to look at the scars before they took the mirrors away. So the researcher told each individual that they just needed to add some finishing touches and add some powder to the scars so that they wouldn't smear, but in reality, the researcher actually removed the scars with tissue. So each volunteer was sent out into the waiting rooms of different medical offices to examine how people would react and treat them due to their scars. So all 10 volunteers came back reporting that they were treated very differently, that people were rude to them and were staring at their scars. So I'm going to speak more about this experiment as well as the topic of developing a healthy self-concept. So if you're interested, let's get into it. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Tyla. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really love this topic today because I am so into psychology and the way that the mind works, and I thought this experiment was a really great idea. Now, when it comes to our self-concept, those are the beliefs that you hold about yourself, and this experiment really did a great job at showing how our self-concept affects our interactions. Something that I noticed about the way that our minds work is that when we hold a certain belief, our mind will find things outside of us in our reality to support those beliefs. So for example, within this experiment, with them still believing that they had the scars on their face and going out into these different medical offices, they perceived every interaction that they had with a stranger, such as the glances, such as the remarks, and just the way that they would be treated as negative, because of the fact that psychologically their mind needed to support that belief that they would be treated differently due to their scars. So I don't know if any of you guys have also experienced this, but I can definitely say that I've experienced this as well, especially in my past, because I am not a very social person. I'm very introverted, and I used to believe that I was very awkward. So me having those self-beliefs, when I would go out to gatherings or I would just be out in public, I would always think that I'm being awkward, and I would think that the person that I would be speaking to would be picking up on that. So for example, I would be talking and having a conversation, and I would be in my head just overthinking, oh my gosh, does this person think I'm awkward? Why are they looking at me like that? They probably think I'm weird. And those were because of the beliefs that I held about myself. So when I would be speaking to them, I would overanalyze everything that they would say, everything that they would do, the way that they would look at me, their body language, and I would interpret as them feeling awkward towards me because of the fact that I was awkward. When you have positive beliefs about yourself and a healthy self-concept, whenever you go out in the world or you just have certain interactions, you're not going to view the other person's behavior as negative because of the fact that that's not even something that exists within your mind. You're going to view yourself as a positive person, a sociable person, a likable person. So when you have interactions and people are doing certain things or they have certain gestures and movements, you're not going to look at it in a negative way and think that it's an attack against you because of the fact that you have a healthy self-concept. Your self-concept is the beliefs that you hold about yourself, what you believe about who you are as a person. And when we experience trauma, especially when that trauma has jeopardized our self-esteem or our self-confidence, 9 times out of 10, that's going to lead to us having a low self-concept. And a lot of the times this happens subconsciously, so we don't always realize that we have this negative self-concept and that we are perceiving the world in this way until we become aware of our interactions and how we're perceiving the interactions. Another thing that I would do too is that whenever I would go out in public, I would feel so awkward because I would think that people are looking at me. I wouldn't want people looking at me. I wouldn't want people perceiving me. I would feel like people were microanalyzing me and paying attention to every little thing that I was doing. So I really hated going anywhere. But I had to overcome that self-concept that people are constantly watching me and paying attention. So now when I go out, I'm just in my own world. I don't overthink how people are going to view me and what people are thinking, or, you know, what it means when a person looks at me or anything like that. It also kind of reminds me of embarrassment, because embarrassment is subjective. You can only be embarrassed if you choose to be embarrassed. That's like if you're out in public and then you fall and trip. If you fall and trip and you get up and you're looking awkward, you're looking around to see who's looking at you, it's gonna make the situation a lot worse, as opposed to if you fell and trip and you get up and you're laughing and you're just like, oh my god, like, I'm so clumsy. People are gonna take it a completely different way. When you get embarrassed, people feel that secondhand embarrassment, and then it makes you feel more embarrassed because of the fact that you see, okay, everybody is looking at me, and this is very awkward. When you are confident and you don't care about what other people think and you just do you and you show up that way, people feel that energy, people feel that confidence, and they will assert you as such. So you have to make sure that when you go out into the world that you are putting out the energy that you are confident in who you are, no matter what. So even if you do have a physical deformity, or you feel like you're a very awkward person, or you just don't like the way that you look, start showing up differently in the world, and I promise you're gonna notice a huge difference in the interactions that you have. When you have consistent thoughts about a specific thing, the universe is going to start showing you more of those things. So if you are constantly putting that energy out, that you are always receiving negative interactions, that people do not perceive you in a positive way, you're going to get more of those experiences, as opposed to if you switch your self-concept and you start putting out the good energy that you are a sociable person, that you are a likable person, that you have great interactions with people. You're going to start seeing more of that. And when you do have a negative self-concept and you go out into the world, people are going to pick up on that energy, and it is going to show in your body language as well. So you're maybe going to have your head down a lot more, be in your phone a lot more, your arms may be crossed a lot more, you're not going to be as comfortable taking up space and being free and being open, because of the fact that those self-concept and those self-beliefs are showing up within your physical body as well. Self-reflection is so big when it comes to becoming the best version of yourself and just healing overall, because it gives you the opportunity to explore the depths of your emotions and your beliefs. So take time to really just write out a list of all of the beliefs that you have about yourself. Write down every single thing that you believe about yourself, whether it's negative or positive, and get to the root of why you feel that way as well. This is also going to help you to overcome any trauma that you may have due to those negative beliefs. And once you can identify what the negative beliefs are that you hold about yourself, you can then begin to rewrite that story and create new positive beliefs. So I do also have a full video on developing a healthy and positive self-concept, so I will be leaving that linked at the end of this one. And I do hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did and found it useful, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out and much love.